You are listening to the Marketing Equation Podcast with Martin Shervington.
And welcome everybody to the Marketing Equation. This is Martin Shervington and I'm joined by Andrew Lane from 22 Social. Andrew, how are you?
Martin, I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
Good. He's in San Diego. It's sunny there. Let me just say it's not in Bath today. But anyway, that's the way it goes. So let's talk 22 Social to start with. And I'm going to ask you about marketing and your perspective on lots of things. What is 22 Social?
Good question. 22 Social is a software tool it's an app that installs onto your fan page and allows you to collect leads and make sales right on Facebook.
Okay. So you've done that pitch before, haven't you? Okay. So what are the aspects of this? Because, and just break this down into more functionality. I know there's more going on.
A lot more.
Yeah. So let's go for the extended version.
All right.
People can paint a picture.
All right, the big picture. So the big problem that we solve, and it's been a process of several years, is simplifying online marketing for the average entrepreneur, small business owner. You don't have the time and energy to figure out 100 different tools online. And if you want to effectively collect leads, attract more customers to your business, and make sales online, create new income streams, whether it's selling digital content like a video course or even a subscription program, that can be really complicated. And in the past, I've done that myself, helping people get that set up. A lot of people we talk to who are making money that way tell us how difficult and challenging it is because you're spread across so many different platforms now. You have your website, you have these software platforms you have to buy to set all this up. So what we found about 5 years ago is everyone's on Facebook, and I know you're G Plus and you do a lot of different things like that, but we found that the business owners we were talking to here, and maybe I'm in California, and that's from where it was at about 5-6 years ago, but a fan page was easy, made sense to them, and what we found is, hey, you know what, forget doing your own website. Let's just get you on Facebook, get you communicating and finding an audience on Facebook. And then we were able to build our entire software system inside a fan page. So now it's convenient, and you could just build your business right there, collect information using the Facebook login button. So our whole system is built around Facebook login. So instead of just getting people's names and email addresses, we're getting their Facebook profile. So it's much, much better data. So you're getting information that's really highly accurate, and it's easy to manage. And now you can even connect it to your PayPal account and sell content right on Facebook. So that whole system right there, where you can do Facebook advertising, you can do some promotions, find the right customers, bring them in, give away free content to collect information, and now even sell and build your entire business right inside Facebook.
So I'm going to ask you some dumb questions now. I explored a little bit, but I haven't used this myself yet. Yeah, but I know people that are, and they love it. So the point is, do you need a website anymore?
That's a good question. I used to build websites for a living. I pretty much dropped out of college to start a web design business. So I used to love building websites. What I found is it wasn't very effective for the average entrepreneur. Unless you were a full-time, marketer, it didn't make sense for most people because you have to really know a lot to make it work for you. We actually had a website when we started our business, and we found we were putting way too much energy into it, and it wasn't really producing a lot of results. What happened, how we got known actually back in 2013, is we took down our website, and we said, we don't need a website to win online, and neither do you. And that was our stance. And we attracted about 15,000 new users in 90 days. And we went from making $1,000 a month to over $50,000 a month in less than a year without a website. We did the whole thing on Facebook. So it really depends on where we believe that if you can focus your energy on the right place, especially with you're juggling your whole business yourself, you got to really know where to invest your time. We found that was the ticket for us, and we've seen that replicated for thousands of other people who say, you know what, I'm going to quit messing around with plugins and hosting and maintenance. It's a huge task to manage your website. And is it really getting you results? If you're not sophisticated, if you're not really managing it full time, it probably isn't doing a lot for you unless you're maybe a local business doing SEO. But nowadays, SEO is so competitive. If you're not a pro, you're not going to have a competitive advantage. Whereas on Facebook, you can be more proactive and go out there and get your content in front of people and even target the right people you want to get it in front of. And now if you can bring them into your space, and you don't need, if you think about what you need, there's really 3 things you need to have success online. You need one place that people can go to learn about you, to see your products and services, really your online hub. The second thing is you need to collect information. So if you're not collecting leads, then you're kind of wasting your time. If you're trying to get followers and fans, that's the last thing we worry about. We've never done a like campaign. We've never tried to get anyone to follow us on Twitter. We're trying to get people to opt in to get content that's going to build a relationship with them. It's going to show them what we're all about, prove our value, and then get them on a list where we can communicate with them over and over to warm them up and eventually become a customer, because most people aren't ready to buy right away. The third thing is you need to be able to make sales. So whether you're selling your time or digital content, a simple way to take some money.
Okay, so cut the bits there, and then we'll do the balance, Andrew. We'll do the balance and look at. I know because some people will be listening, going, "Hold on a minute." I mean, obviously, I'm a blogger, so I have the site. But before we come to that, let's talk about the process. So you on the is it a page and groups, or a page to start with?
Well, we leverage groups as well. It's really, really powerful. So I know
so you can do either using the software.
Yeah, and actually we integrate and make it simple to really, a group is great, but it's a really, really powerful platform to build your tribe. We believe in that heavily. We've got several groups we manage, and we've seen tons of people have really great success with groups. But if you don't really have that data of the people in your group, it's not going to do a lot for you. So we have a system where you can actually get the information and build an email list and be able to communicate everyone in your group via email, via ads, and inside your group.
Okay. So there's a more rounded approach. Let me talk though about process. So let's say I am going to be done. So let's say I get somebody's email address. Okay, so they opt into something. This is granular stuff now. And the videos, let's say they opt in for a free 3-part course or one video, whatever it is. Are the videos on Facebook?
Okay, good question. So what our software does is when you install what is called as an app. So Facebook calls it an app. You can install an app on your Facebook page.
Yeah.
And when you do that with 22 Social, it's one click, you install the app. Now, we give you a little dashboard at the top where you can edit the content. So we have pre-made designs and layouts. So you don't really have to think. And in fact, within a couple minutes, you can click a couple of buttons and have a nice layout with some media areas. So we integrate with YouTube, Vimeo, basically any kind of media. We really just want to leverage the best stuff that's out there. Yeah. Even Facebook video. You can just get your video wherever you have it hosted online and pop it in. You just need the link, you put it in there, and now your video's loaded in.
Okay.
And so that's the first step, is you get your content that is going to be your free giveaway, right, in this case. So you're saying, hey, I've got this great video course, or even my podcast. You can listen to my podcast, and you put a whole audio playlist in there. The second step is we have every app, you can put a gate on it. So just like, imagine like the lock. You got to get through the gate to get inside, right? Yeah. So it's really just another layer on top. And when you put that gate there, that's kind of your opt-in, your lead capture page, or even your sales page if you're if you're selling your content.
Yeah.
So it's really simple, a 2-page process. You install one app, set up your content that you want to deliver, and it's loaded and hosted right there on your fan page. Then you set up the gate, and you could either say, hey, this is free content. So in that case, they're just going to log in with Facebook, and then we can detect them and give them access to your content where they can instantly watch that video and you get the information. Or you could connect to your PayPal account if you want to charge for access to your content, whether one time or a subscription.
Interesting. All right, so let's now just go for the counter, just a little bit. I like this because rented land.
Right, so we go back to what do you need to have success?
Yeah.
A website's great. There are pros and cons to owning your own thing. You have more control, yes. Obviously, a lot of people made a lot of money with blogs. It's more of a long-term play and a lot of time and energy to invest and figure that out. What you really need is a relationship, because even if you have a website and all these things going on, you don't really own a lot of this stuff. You have your hosting account, your domain, your other software, plug-in tools. You don't own any of that. So really, what you need is a relationship with people. You need that data. So our whole focus is not to get fans, not to get followers. It's to get leads. And that data you can even connect to your email autoresponder. So you can have all that information coming in, growing your email list at the same time, get your email automation going. And you can export that out of our system. So really, you own the data at this point. We let you use Facebook login to build a list of leads or customers. So you own that relationship. So if Facebook blows up and they're out of business,
you've got a list.
You still have the relationship. You can take them over to any other platform, even your website, anytime you want.
Okay, so a couple of bits there. This is great. So I can tell it's not the first time you've answered that. So the Facebook login. Can you get the email from that itself, or is it when people input their email that it suddenly it generates?
It's they've changed it over the years. Right now, how it works, Facebook is always trying to make this more transparent, better for the end user.
Yeah.
So what they did is they made it optional to get the email. Now, basically what the visitor sees when they opt into your system here, or they want your free content or whatever, they click a button, then it pops up, allow permissions, right? You've probably seen that where you can click OK.
Yeah.
So it's going to get your basic profile information and email. Generally, that's what people do. They'll just click OK, and then we get the email. What Facebook added recently was the option for them to say, well, no, I don't want to give up my email, right? So they could say, no, I don't want to do that. Well, what we added was a second page where they can...
You need to give your email.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not going to let you pass. Cool, we'll get your Facebook profile, but if you don't give us everything we need, we're not going to get you through. Yeah. So we have a little confirm page, hey, just make sure this is your right email. Yeah. If they didn't allow it, so they could say, well, that's not my correct email. I'm not using my Facebook log email. I want to update that. Or if they didn't provide the email, we make them put it in right there.
Interesting. Okay, just to list a few things linking. MailChimp, Aweber, Infusionsoft, Constant Contact.
All of the above, basically.
HubSpot?
HubSpot, I don't believe yet, but we're always adding more. So we've got about 20 or 25 in there right now.
Okay. But the thing is, you can export the list and import it. So that gets around anything there. It's just a question of the automation then.
Yes.
Okay. Right, let's talk about you, marketing. What have you done to market yourself with the business?
Yeah, one of the funny thing is, we started off, and I think our story was interesting because we spent about $400,000 building our software, and we had one of our partners was way overconfident and thought, he's very well connected, and man, by the day we launch this thing, it's going to blow up, and we're going to have thousands of customers. And we were pretty naive, and we're like, hey, that's your job, so you're confident about it. We're going to build the software, and it didn't work out. We had no customers, so we spent all this money. Had no customers. This was a terrible position to be in. We had to fire basically our whole team. It was down to a couple of us, and we were splitting $1,000 a month because all of that marketing ahead of time and pre-launch, we got $1,000 a month revenue. So we were sitting there with this product that we believed in, and nobody cared about us or was listening to us, and we didn't have enough money to survive. And we had to buckle down, and our plan was, let's do a weekly show, Hangout. So Hangouts were big for us. We figured out how to embed Hangouts into our software. So now we can do a live show every week, showing all these cool things that we're doing. Because we felt had something here. We had to get it in front of the people. So we did live streaming every week. That was our main strategy, right? So everything was built around this weekly live show. And we were just promoting that every week, all day long. And our funnel was pretty simple, free trial, and then we upsell them into our software. That was pretty much what we did for a few years. And really, even to this day, we do weekly live Hangouts. It's not easy. It's a challenge, and it pushes you forward. But what I love about it, I even started my own side project where I do the same thing, because it pushes you forward. You can't sit back. You promise you're going to show up at this time, this day, every week. Other than that, we spent about $1,000 in ads and turned that into where we are today, where we went from $1,000 a month revenue to over $50,000. It was right at that time when we had $1,000 a month revenue. We spent $1,000 in ads on Facebook, and the relationships we built from that, the people we brought in, became really powerful for us because they referred a ton of people. So we had a referral system built in as well with our system. So it was refer 3 and it's free, and people started to share like crazy. And that's actually what we've tried to take what we've learned over the years for ourselves, what's worked for us, and replicate it into our system. So that's all built into our software as well. So because we have Facebook profiles as leads, it's easy to track activity. So now if someone opts in to watch your video, or even you could put your podcast on your fan page and have everyone go there and say, hey, check out the whole archive of our podcast, or just enter to win. I'm doing a monthly giveaway or something. And now they can refer their friends to your podcast, to your free content, and you can incentivize them to share and bring friends in. It tracks all of this. So it's really simple and built right in.
1 second. I've got the dog here who when he's like, come on, suspicious. He's looking. I've seen that face before. Skylar, sorry mate. I'll put them both out. It means I'll find a little present in the room otherwise. I said, go on. He's only little, but come on, Sky. I got to take him for a walk in a bit. Okay, great. Go out. It's raining here, as I said. Okay, so you're solving a big problem for people. You've done it yourself. You're leading at the front. I think that's a term. What wouldn't you do again?
Ooh. Boy, good question. Well, obviously, we were a little overconfident. We wasted a lot of time. We wasted a lot of money. What we learned was we spent the whole time we were building the product and getting ready to launch. We didn't do a good enough job of, I would say now, learning out loud is what we tell people to do now. And you really got to build your community and get attention while you're building. And so it's really the lean startup concept, right? So
bring people with you.
Yeah, instead of, and I see this all the time with entrepreneurs is, I want to make a course one day. I want to create a new income stream, so I'm going to make a video course. And it's the same concept. You'll sit in your desk, your office for 6 months. You'll hire a film crew or something. Nowadays, you don't need to do any of that. You need to say, man, I want to solve this problem. What are you passionate about? What do you see that you can change? And you just start right now where you're at. Yeah. Put it out there and get people to rally around you and build it with you. So that's how we're teaching people now to start and launch any idea. It should be something you're passionate about, because you're not going to have success nowadays if you're not really invested in what you're doing and really care, because people can see through that. So get people involved with it, put it out there wherever it's at. It doesn't have to be perfect, and just be more of a helpful, collaborative friend. Eventually that's going to turn into content, because if you push yourself, that's where that weekly show can come in. And that's where we started to have success, and we use this model. And we've rallied our community around that for years now. We have a mastermind of 500 entrepreneurs, and just seeing some of them being able to replicate this is really fun. If you're going to write a book, get people involved as you're writing it. Test out your ideas, test out the concept, see if it works for people, see if it connects and resonates. And you can even monetize. So what's really fun for us is the low price subscription model. If you could give enough value every month to charge $5 or $10 a month just to get your idea out there and get a community, that's been really fun to see how you can monetize along the way. And that gets our customers really excited. If you're going to build a book or write something, what if every month you had premium content that people could subscribe to, and now you solve a problem for them because you're really good at this topic. They want to get better at that. So every month you can give them some kind of newsletter or a video report that they can learn from and benefit from. Saves them a ton of time. It's definitely worth a few bucks a month for them, but it's going to help you build that community, become an expert and a leader in that tribe. And by the time you do release your product, you'll have people listening to you. You're going to have your tribe of customers that will refer people to you and share with you because they were a part of the process.
I love it. It's great.
Makes sense, right?
It does make sense. So, well, let's give the shout outs. Where can people find you? And then where can people try 22 Social?
Yeah, well, you could get a free trial at our website, 22social.com. Our fan page is going to have updates and some other, our weekly live show. So go to facebook.com/22social. That's all you really need to know.
Yeah? On Twitter as well, if anybody wants to follow you over there?
Not a lot.
No, you're
don't
like
expect much from us.
Facebook. You're all out on
Keep it
Facebook.
pretty narrowed down.
But using Hangouts, which is kind of cool. So that's
We don't
nice.
even use our website very much. Honestly, we're probably gonna tone it back. I think that's actually where we've kind of tripped up lately. Is put too much energy and hope into our website doing something for us. It's just not a big part of our game. So we're building a whole new sales funnel right now, right inside our fan page. We might even switch our domain right into our fan page again, and just keep it simple and keep that wheel churning. Get people engaged, get them listening, and help make it easy for them to share and invite friends to join in on the fun.
Awesome. Everybody, that was Andrew Lane from 22 Social. Check it out. I like the sound of it. I'm going to be checking it out myself. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you for listening to the Marketing Equation Podcast, brought to you by PlusYourBusiness.com and Effective.fm.